Today, 10 December 2014, marks a historically significant day in our Academy's history. Having traveled over 4,500 miles from its campus home in Gainesville, Georgia, this detachment of 85 cadets serves as a representative of its larger 107th Corps, comprised of 483 cadets from 48 foreign countries and 26 states. The purpose of today's ceremony is to honor 4 former Riverside Military Academy cadets who gave their last full measure by making the ultimate sacrifice in service to this great country during World War II. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Jonathan Bussey, funeral representative for the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific.
All of you, also Riverside Military Academy, veterans, friends, families, and distinguished guests for coming here today for this ceremony. My name is Jonathan Bussey, and as a representative of the Cemetery Director, Mr. James Horton, and the Secretary of the VA, the Honorable Robert A. McDonald, it is my honor to welcome you to this National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. We pause today to reflect on the heroism of tens of thousands of Americans who endured the hardship of enemy confinement and of those whose fate and time of war remains unknown. How do we as a nation thank those who have sacrificed so much on our behalf? What should we do as we sit here in peaceful surroundings flooded with sunlight? We begin by vowing to never forget them or their sacrifice. America's former prisoners of war are among our nation's most revered heroes. They served with dignity and honor under the worst and darkest of human conditions, starvation, isolation, torture, and ever-present threat of death. Yet even during their darkest hour, they demonstrated remarkable personal courage and unwavering devotion to family and country. Their strength is a testament of military character. And as we think about the heroes who sacrificed so much, we must not forget the thousands of military families who cannot find peace, who are tormented by uncertainty due to the loss of loved ones whose whereabouts remain unknown. We compare their fates with ours, and we vow never to forget them. With that, I would like to again welcome you all to the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. Thank you.
The Riverside Military Academy Grenadiers Drum and Bugle Corps will now play a traditional bugle call.
Here, hence, time.
Nearby on these hallowed grounds is a monument that reads as follows: in proud memory of the achievements of her sons and in humble tribute to their sacrifices, this memorial has been erected. These men were part of the price that freemen have been forced to pay to defend human liberty and rights. To these men we owe a debt to be paid with grateful remembrance of their heroism. The cadets present here today represent the most recent link in a long chain of Riverside alumni who have served our country as members of its armed forces. Nearby, in shrine number 7 of this Court of the Missing, are inscribed the names of 4 Riverside alumni whose final resting place is known only to God. As it has been since its founding in 1907, the cadets in this formation today share a common bond with their Riverside brothers remembered here, as they too endure the Spartan military lifestyle close adherence to the Cadet Regulations Code Book, known by the cadets as the Blue Book, and the Cadet Honor Code, as Riverside remains committed to developing the whole cadet scholastically, physically, and spiritually. This traditional military model of education transcends generations and serves as the catalyst for the cadets' presence here today as they remember and honor those men who wore the cadet blue and gray approximately 70 years ago as members of this living corps. In honor of these 4 Riverside Military Academy alumni and their service to the United States during World War II, cadets of this 107th Corps will now lay a wreath in their honor. From left to right, we honor the following men, all former Riverside cadets identified here in the Courts of the Missing as the result of their service during World War II. Preston Bridges Bellamy, originally from Wilmington, North Carolina, attended Riverside from 1 year, from 1937 to 1938. During his service in the Army Air Force, he rose to the rank of Staff Sergeant and served with the 431st Bomber Squadron, 11th Heavy Bomber Group. Staff Sergeant Bellamy was officially declared dead on 29 May, 1944. Donald Gault Hunsicker from Akron, Ohio, attended Riverside his junior and senior years, graduating in 1943. Academy records reveal he was a member of the Vestryl Company in the Corps of Cadets and played junior varsity basketball. He was a private first class in the Army Air Force and served as a B-29 tail gunner with the 873rd Bomber Squadron, 489th Very Heavy Bomber Group. He was classified as missing in action after failing to return from a bombing mission over Japan, and officially classified as dead on 28 January 1946. William Oliver Kent from Wilmington, North Carolina, attended Riverside for 1 year, served as a sergeant in Alpha Company, and graduated in 1931. During his service with the Army Air Force, he rose to the rank of Technical Sergeant and served with the 24th Bomber Squadron, 6th Very Heavy Bomber Group. He was officially declared dead on 24 May 1945. Finally, Alfred Dawson Hattenback from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Academy records reveal he was a member of Band Company and attended Riverside for 4 years, from 1939 to 1943, but withdrew early in 1943 to enlist in the Army Air Force. Private First Class Alfred Hattenback was officially pronounced dead on 9 September 1944. In honor of our Riverside Brothers in Blue, our ceremony will conclude with the playing of a funeral march and echo taps, a custom uniquely practiced by American military colleges and schools.
Detachment, attention!